Hey guys, welcome to a brand new series. This is TerraFirmaCraft. Now TerraFirmaCraft is a mod that is all about survival and making things in Minecraft a little bit more realistic, which is why I've got the shader pack installed as well. But every single second we waste sitting around here is wasting time that we need, and time is precious on your very first day in TerraFirmaCraft. We need to go around gathering up some of these rocks that you can see on the ground, and also some sticks so that we can make some tools, some very basic tools. To get sticks, you can also find them laying on the ground like these rocks, usually around water or trees, but you can also get sticks by punching down leaves, and this is basically the only way to get saplings from trees as well. And that's going to be important because if you want a steady or a constant supply of wood or trees, you're going to have to keep replanting your saplings, and they take a long time to grow. So TerraFirmaCraft it's kind of a hardcore survival thing. It's not really hardcore, as in it's not like permadeath, but when you die you will lose certain benefits that you've probably gained from staying alive quite long. So we'll get into that soon, but for now we need to actually get enough stuff so that we can survive our first night. So now that we've got some stones and some sticks, we can right click on these rocks that we picked up to actually carve out some tools. So the first tool I'm going to make for myself is a shovel, just like this. We take off the two sides and these two little bits here and we'll get a shovel head. Now we're also going to need some knives to chop down the grass and to make thatch. Now if I remember from my days as a Boy Scout, if we do this, and that should give us 2 knife blades. We're going to need a couple more, I think, because we need a lot of thatch to get started. There's a zombie burning up. And I've also got Ray's MiniMap installed, if you can see on the top right corner. So let's also get an axe while we're here. We make an axe just like that, or an axe head anyway. And to make these into tools, you just basically put them on top of a stick in your crafting table. So there we have shovels and an axe and 4 knives. Now what we do with the knives is basically just right click grass, and that should give you straw. Now if you get 4 of these straw, you can put them in your crafting grid to get a block of thatch, and that's what you're going to use to build your very first home, or that's what you should be using really, because you probably won't have the resources to cut down trees and make planks. Because yeah, let me show you quickly. If I chop down this tree, I won't get regular logs. They're a little bit different, the TerraFirmaCraft logs. You can still place them like regular logs, but it'll take ages and ages to actually pick them back up. And there we go, they look a bit different. They look more realistic, like actual logs. And we can't craft these into anything basically just yet. We have to make ourselves a saw to actually be able to do anything with them. Now if you see these yellow flowers anywhere, this actually indicates that there's clay under the ground. Now clay is going to be very useful, not just yet, but I'm going to get some anyway. Now for your very first night, the main things you're going to need is food, which I don't have yet, fresh water, which is here. You can tell by these cattail plants. This is fresh water. If you sit in fresh water, this little blue bar down here should raise. That's your water bar. The green bar is your hunger. You have to keep an eye on both, otherwise you will die. Now we could kill some pigs for food, but that is not really necessary just yet, and I won't have anywhere to store all that food. So let's run this way, and hopefully we can find some plants. There's some wheat growing there, or some grain of some kind, but it's not fully grown. These look like tomato plants, so I'm gonna get some of these. So let's punch them down, and we get tomatoes and some seeds from them. Now as you can see here, it's got the amount in ounces. That's basically how much food is in this tomato. If you see the durability bar, that's how much decay. The longer you keep hold of items after harvesting them, the more they will decay. Meat actually decays a lot faster than vegetables and stuff like that, but you can get rid of this decay by basically putting it in your crafting slot with a knife on top, and that will get rid of the decay. We don't need to do that just yet. And if you're struggling for inventory space, you can craft these together to get a higher amount in each. It basically combines the weight of each tomato. So let's combine these together so we're not clogging up our inventory. And let's see if we can actually find something else. I probably won't need much more food, but I might as well look for some. There's a little bit of tomato here. That'll do for now. So let's eat a little bit and go back towards the water. Ooh, thought I saw a creature over there. Maybe not. So let's head back and get some of this thatch on the way, because this is going to be very crucial. We'll need a lot of it for our first night. And just a little heads up, if you're standing behind like one block of thatch, zombies and stuff can still hit you through it, so be careful. You might need quite a few blocks of this. So, as you can see, I've got Shaders Mod installed. If you and also Ray's MiniMap, if you're looking to play along or anything, or you want to know how to get these guys installed, I will have links to TerraFirmaCraft and the shaders and the MiniMap stuff all in the description. Oh, there's a little berry bush here, so let's see if it's grown any berries by right-clicking. No, so let's just pick them up and we can replant these down by our house somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there's a deer over there. That looks amazing. Oh my god. They have horns as well. So this guy must be a male. If we right-click these, we can find out whether... Oh no, that's female. We can right-click and see whether they're male or female. These guys must be male because they've got horns. Hey. Now eventually we'll be able to breed these guys, but not just yet. That's a little bit far off. We'll need to harvest a bunch of crops and plant them and get ready for the winter, because you do get seasons in this mod. You get the changing of the seasons, and winter is really harsh. All your crops will just die, basically. All your crops that you've planted will die, so you need to harvest them all before winter. And lots of cold, and yeah, it's not good. So we'll need to store up a load of firewood and food for the winter, and hopefully we should be okay. So let's find a good place to set up our very first little shelter, and hopefully we'll be alright tonight. Nothing will come killing us. Oh, and there's some copper on the ground here. Now that is going to be good. I don't think we'll get into making metal materials or metal tools just yet. Oh, skeleton, run away. Now at this stage in TerraFirmaCraft, you definitely want to run away from any mob that you see, because they're a lot harder to kill, and your health goes down a lot easier than usual, so be careful of that. Now, I want to find somewhere that I can actually set up a decent shelter. Around here looks good. I think I'll do it just over here, actually, because I think this is a nice place to build a little house. And if I put my starter shelter just over here, that should work out pretty well. We've got some crops over there as well. So where should we have it? Let's have I got a shovel made? I have. So I'll demonstrate the basically the majority of blocks like dirt and rocks and stuff like that all have gravity on them. So if I can't just make a dirt hut, it will fall on my head and I will die. If I place, let me find an example. If I place this block of dirt against the tree, regular Minecraft it would just sit there, but in TerraFirmaCraft that's going to drop to the ground. Now the same can be said for like underground caves. Like if there was a cave below my feet, the earth could just collapse under my feet and I'll fall in and die. And it's getting dark and zombies and stuff are coming out. I really need to start getting a shelter going and a fire. So let's do it just here. This looks good enough. Damn it, I should have more blocks on my bar than just one. Right. Actually, this is probably not the best place to do it, but it'll do for one night. As long as it keeps me alive, then that's all that matters. So let's do just like this. Hopefully I've got enough blocks. I probably don't though. Now it probably will get really, really dark with this shader pack. I can't really do anything except apologise for that, although I can set up a fire, although it's a bad idea to set the fire up inside my little straw hut because it's probably going to set on fire. So let's set up a fire out here. Let's use 2 sticks like that to create a fire starter, and then to set up a little campfire, let's get rid of these. Oh god, go away. We need to... oh no. Go away, zombie. We need to basically throw 3 sticks on the ground and shift click on the block that they're on to set them on fire, and it didn't work. Right, can you go away for a second? I need to make another fire lighter or fire starter, and let's go out this way, try and confuse them a little bit. So let's get a little bit of distance in between us and the zombie and try and start this fire. Alright, this should be good. 1, 2, 3, and find the block that they're sitting on. No, that one. There we go. Now we have ourselves a fire. Now to make torches, you basically have to put a stick in this fire, and to keep the fire going you need to supply it with logs. So let's make as many torches as possible, because this shader pack is not friendly for the YouTubes when it gets dark. So, oh, nope, this is not a good situation. Alright. And yeah, basically your first night you'll get tons and tons of mobs spawning around you. The longer you stay in an area, the less mobs that will be staying around, or the less mobs that will be spawning around you. So the first night is going to be really, really harsh, but after that we should be okay. Now, some other things that we're going to need after this, once we get enough copper and other stuff like that to actually make some tools, we're going to need to make stuff out of clay. So let's do the same thing as we did with the stone and right click on it to bring up this little napping, I think it's called napping interface or crafting interface. This is a 5x5 kind of grid. So the main thing that we're going to need to turn any logs that we get into planks that we can actually then build with, we're going to need a saw. So to make a saw, you kind of cut off the corners like this, and then make a little point there, and just like that we have a clay saw mold. Now we need to place these in a pit kiln, which is basically you dig a hole in the ground. It has to have blocks all around it basically for it to work, and you shift right click to place whatever you want to fire in the kiln in there, and then you have to use some of this straw. I think you need 8 pieces, 6 or 8 pieces. Right click to fill it up, and then use logs on top, and then you light it as a fire. We can't do that just yet because we don't have any more logs, and it will burn our shelter down, which is not a good idea when we're surrounded by zombies. So I'm going to make a couple more things that we need to fire in the kiln. Let's make a vessel, which is kind of like a small chest that will allow us to carry stuff. And I would have actually made a what's it called, a jug as well, but I need 1 more clay for that. I think it's 5 clay per tool that you make, and you need a jug to actually drink from. Basically, if you can't find a fresh water pool to just sit in and recover your thirst, you need to actually drink from a jug. So anyway, I'm going to sit and chill out here until all these zombies have gone and it's morning time, and I will be back when it's time to actually go and get some more stuff. Now you may have noticed whenever I look in my inventory that there's actually a couple of tabs on the side of our inventory screen. Now this first tab is kind of like our experience or our skills page, and basically like the more you do something, or the better you get at doing something, you kind of gain experience on this page and it goes up in levels. I don't know how it actually works, like cooking probably stuff decays less, agriculture, your plants will grow quicker or something like that. I'm not too sure how it works. I'm a TerraFirmaCraft noob, I'm not ashamed to say. And here we go, here's the calendar. It says it's early summer, Friday the 2nd of June, the year 1000, caveman times, and hour 5, so like 5 a.m. I guess. And this is our diet, our fruit, grain, protein, dairy. I think basically to get the most out of your health, you have to have a decent or a balanced diet. If you don't have any fruit or grain or whatever, your health will be lower than it would be if you did have some of that, basically. I think that's how it works, so it should be daytime. Yay, morning time. Let's run out and let's go and find some stuff. I actually need to chop down some trees, don't I? You should always remember to actually punch down the leaves so that you get saplings and sticks before you actually chop down the tree. Otherwise you won't get a sapling from it. So let's punch down these leaves just from this one, I think. Hopefully we don't take down both trees. And let's try and chop this guy down. Well, let's try. Let's do it. It's might take a while though. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. We've got a few logs that will allow us to actually smelt some stuff later on in our pit kiln. So let's go and look for some more stuff. What do we need? We don't really need any more food. We just need to get a pit kiln going, and I can so I can show you the water thing. So let's go find some clay so that we can make a jug. There's some clay over here, it looks like. And we can't actually run because our water bar is really low. Let's get a few pieces of clay. Right, that should be enough. And we make a jug just like this. Block those off and like that. There we go, clay jug. Now these won't work like this, we actually have to fire them in a pit kiln like I said for them to actually work. Now another thing that I'm going to need, which will make this a lot easier, is a scythe. Should I make that or a pick? Saw, jug, vessel. Let's make a scythe. I think that's going to make things a lot easier. So a scythe mold I think is just like this. Like that, and then 2 at the bottom. There we go, scythe mold. And let's make a pick one while we're here, just in case. So there's a pick mold as well. Now we need metals to actually turn these into tools. And you find metals on the surface just like stones. Like here's some gold, some native gold nuggets, and copper nuggets is the one we found earlier. Now these are kind of an indicator that there is ore below the ground, so you might want to keep an eye on those and mark out any if you actually have a mini-map like I do. Now let's jump in the water to recover some thirst so that we can actually run around. And we need to get ourselves some more straw to get this fire started. And possibly some more logs. I try and keep this first episode quite short, but I want to get the basic stuff done, like food, water, shelter. And we haven't done the water part yet, so that should be enough straw to get this pit going. Let's make ourselves a quick fire pit, or kiln, whatever you want to call it. There's our fire. Let's make the pit kiln just over here. That's kind of an indication that there is a drop below, maybe? No. So let's do it here. Seems like a good place. Let's put our vessel. Our jug is probably the most important because if we don't have water, we're dead. Our saw, because I want to get to the stage where we can make planks quite quickly. And a scythe just to make chopping down trees a lot quicker. So let's do what we did before. Add the straw. You can add as much. It will stop once you have enough, basically. And I think it's 8 logs in here. Yep, 8 logs, and then we have to shift right click to get that started. Hopefully it doesn't burn this tree down. Let's actually chop the tree down because I'm going to need some more logs anyway. I'll also need sticks, so let's chop the leaves first. So I need sticks for torches basically. I think I showed you a second ago you have to put your torches in this fire to actually... Is that started? Why are you not starting? That's strange. This guy should be starting. Maybe it doesn't have any logs, that's why it can't actually start setting on fire. Let's chop this guy down. And it might take quite a while for our pit kiln to finish. So I'll chop this guy down, I'll get some torches made up. If this... Let me check that this guy is actually going to work though. Let's put some logs in there. And try and start it again. There we go. It just needed some firewood to get started. And let's use the sticks to make ourselves a few more torches. So I'm going to do a bit more of this and I'll be back once that pit kiln is finished. Okay, I think this guy is almost finished. Not quite yet though. I want to actually plant some of these berry bushes around here, just so that we can get them growing straight away. I can see some more up there behind those trees as well. Let's plant them just over here by this deer and the water. That seems like a good place. Look, there's some gold over here as well. Cool. Berry bush, berry bush, berry bush. And let's get the raspberry ones. These guys I think are like half block berry bushes. Yeah, there we go. Cool, so they should start growing and getting us some berries as well. Let's actually go check out the plants that are up here. I think we saw some crops up here as well. It's getting dark, so we haven't got long, and I'm running out of water very quickly, so... Ooh, garlic. Cool, I didn't know you could get garlic, and be careful when you shift click things, they'll go into your crafting grid, which can be a pain in the butt. So let's get a little bit more garlic. And we need to actually get these seeds planted as soon as possible so that we can get them harvested before winter comes. Now I think these trees also give us berries as well, so let's yeah, there we go. Right click some of these trees and we'll get a few berries out of it. What is this? Is that more gold? Probably. Let's go over to our pit kiln, hopefully that is finished. And let's stick some torches up wherever we go, because the shaders is probably not too friendly on the YouTube. In fact, let me see if a different shader pack would look better. Let me see if cinders would look better at night. Probably would. A little bit. It's kind of a... It's a little bit weird. The sky looks really cool though. I think I prefer SEUS though. Let's go Ultra. Prefer this one, even though it goes a bit black and white at night time. It just looks so much more slick and sexy. Oh baby. Now if you see the glowing things in the distance, that's like... I think that's kind of like a bug with the shaders where like spiders, the eyes of spiders and Enderman kind of glow in the dark. It's kind of weird. I did actually start this with a different texture pack which made their entire bodies glow. That was a bit too much. And there, our pit kiln has finished. And I didn't want to throw those cherries in there. In fact, let's combine our cherries so that we're not taking up too much space. Same with the garlic. There we go, and we could shift right click with an empty hand to get individual things out, or if we want them all, just break them and we'll get them all. And here's our ceramic jug. The vessel basically works like this. You right click on the vessel and it brings up 4 slots where you can actually store stuff in. That's going to be very helpful. And this ceramic jug you can actually use to drink water from. So let's go over to our freshwater pond. It has to be freshwater, by the way, guys. You can't drink salt water. You'll know that by these cattails or seaweed is in the salt water. So if you see these, it's water that you can drink. You'll know it anyway because you won't be able to pick it up in your water jug. So that is good stuff. We survived our first night, which is more than I can say from my sort of test playthrough. I died within about 10 minutes, so we're looking good. I think we're going to get a house set up around here eventually, a little log cabin. But I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. The next episode, we're going to look into getting some metal and actually crafting ourselves a pick and a saw and some stuff to make things a little bit more easy, and so that we can actually build stuff and expand our home. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please rate it, leave a like, let me know what you think. Let me know if I should also use this shader pack. It could be a bit overpowering, but I love it. It makes things a bit more realistic, which is what TerraFirmaCraft is all about. So yeah, thanks for watching as always, guys, and I will see you next time.